roller coasters rock across the globe.
You feel it in your whole body. You feel it even in your toes.
And one will rise above the rest. This is Insane Coaster Wars World Domination. Today's competition begins with the Boss from Six Flags St. Louis in Missouri. Then the big one from England's Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Followed by Superman Krypton coaster from Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. And finally, Medusa from Six Flags Mexico City. St. Louis, Missouri. It's the gateway to the West. And tucked in the hills outside the city is the largest amusement park in the state, Six Flags St. Louis. This 240-acre fun factory is jam-packed with big thrills and never-ending excitement, including 9 heart-pounding roller coasters. And everybody knows who owns the place. It's the intimidating coaster called the Boss. The Boss is the 4th fastest wood coaster in the world, hitting a top speed of 66 miles per hour. But that isn't the only feature that makes the coaster stand out.
This coaster is built into the landscape. It follows the terrain. And as a result, even though we have a lift that's 122 feet, our first drop is 150 feet.
The result is an incredible terrain twister that calls all the shots.
People are surprised how long it is, how fast it is, and how aggressive it is. It gives you more than you bargained for.
The Boss unleashes an onslaught of intensity on its riders and on its tracks. As trains thunder past, the coaster's structure visibly sways back and forth by as much as a few feet, acting as a shock absorber and reducing the strain on the track. The Boss may shake its track, but a team of inspectors makes safety their top priority.
Every foot of this coaster is walked every single day. The carpenters themselves are looking to make sure that the structure of the track is solid, the integrity is there. They're looking to make sure track bolts are in place. They're looking at a variety of things. When they walk the ride every single day, they are looking at the physical wood structure, and anything they think is out of place is fixed immediately, and then they move on to the next spot.
Ready to tackle the Boss?
Yep.
Coaster enthusiast Ryan and Ellie are here for some father-daughter bonding. Together, they've ridden more than a dozen coasters. Now, they're ready to challenge the Boss.
What are you looking most forward to, that drop?
Today I'm here with my dad and we're gonna ride some roller coasters.
Here it is, Else.
The Boss, dun dun dun.
You nervous?
A little bit.
Me too.
Ryan rode the Boss when it first opened in the year 2000. Today is Ellie's first ride.
I'm nervous for her, but I'm also nervous about myself. As my age gets up there, I realize my stomach is not what it used to be. All right.
The train snakes out of the station and then slowly clanks to the top of the 122-foot lift hill.
It's so peaceful up here. Ellie comes across calm and cool, but deep down inside, I know she's nervous and her stomach is doing flips and flops. And now, it turns into hell. This is the worst of it.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
This is the worst.
This is the worst. Here we go.
I was holding on for dear life.
The Boss roars through its own wooden structure at a bone-rattling 66 miles per hour.
It's just kind of a blur.
Then the Boss banks wide for a 180-degree turn. Followed by another gut-busting drop. The Boss takes a breather over the mid-course brake run.
Here we go.
And then tips into a 10-story plunge. Next, the coaster takes a sharp climb, banks to the left, and then hits a 4th and final drop.
You drop. And so does your stomach.
And the coaster is just getting going. With a series of rippling camelbacks, the payout is maximum airtime. Next, the ride kicks into overdrive with a massive 570-degree helix. Riders endure nearly 10 seconds of intense centrifugal force. Finally, it's a quick bunny hop, and riders are dropped back to the station.
Wow.
It's exciting. My mouth is really dry, and my eyes are watering, but it was great.
Now it's time for Ryan and Ellie to vote.
Speed was really fast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 86.
Riders have been voting all day on 8 different categories. For the first of 4 coasters in this competition, the boss comes in with a score of 814 out of 1,000 points.
The boss is one of the best roller coasters I've ever ridden.
The boss begins the competition with a dominating coaster score. But over in the UK, there's a British behemoth that's ready for battle. Blackpool, England. This seaside town boasts one of the oldest amusement parks on the planet, Pleasure Beach. These days, the park's 8 roller coasters dominate the skyline. And the largest of them all is a massive steel thrill machine simply known as the Big One.
When it was built, it was the tallest, fastest, steepest roller coaster in the world.
This hypercoaster stretches along the coastline and boasts a devastating 21-story first drop.
Oh, I'm getting nervous now, though.
Blackpool couple Jonathan and Jody are here to ride the Big One.
Are you going on?
I don't know, I've got butterflies.
I'm always nervous before you get on a ride because you don't know if you're going to live, do you?
Massive. Oh, let's get on.
I'm scared.
Okay, let's do it.
The train leaves the station and begins its slow ascent into the sky.
That ticking sound just makes your stomach more nervous.
The Big One creeps towards the top with a vertical drop moments away.
Get ready for the drop! There it comes! Oh!
Pleasure Beach, Blackpool, England.
Are you keeping your eyes open when you go over?
Thrill seekers Jonathan and Jody are about to experience the Big One.
You can just see the whole of Blackpool seafront, and that's it, the drop just takes you down.
The couple holds on as the Big One plummets down the 205-foot drop.
Oh! 3, 2, 1.
At a stomach-wrenching 65-degree angle.
Just as you get to the bottom, you feel the G-force, and then you carry on going straight up.
The car rockets back up an incline, keeping the intensity at the max. Moments later, the train whips sideways, swooping into a giant bank turn at a ridiculous pace. The train then glides through a series of hills.
Yeah, it's really scary. Your heart goes. It feels like you're going to fall out the car.
This is the worst bit.
Next, the car banks hard and heads towards the finish line.
You're getting near the end, you're glad you're still alive.
The Big One plunges into a darkened tunnel and emerges at the station. The couple has survived a truly epic ride.
Stomach turning.
When you get off the Big One, your legs feel like jelly and you're just thankful that you made it to the bottom.
Right, so we'll try this on.
Now Jonathan is fitted with a G-force vest, specifically designed to measure the G's of this punishing coaster.
Right, we'll come take a seat.
Jonathan and Jody strap in once again, and the train leaves the station towards the top of the first hill. They plummet down the twisted drop, and Jonathan is slammed with a gut-wrenching 4 Gs. Immediately followed by 1 negative G at the top of the second hill. Then, on the 180-degree turnaround, Jonathan is pushed into his seat with 3 times the force of gravity. Finally, the big one pulls back into the station, and it's time for the couple to vote.
What about the G-force?
Oh, yeah, it was amazing.
Will the big one have what it takes to knock the boss from the top spot? Riders have been voting all day, and the results are in. The big one tallies up a total score of 718. Maximum effort, but it's going to take more than that to unseat the boss.
It's the best ride I've ever been on. It's the fastest, the tallest, and the feeling that you get when you're on it's amazing.
The boss continues to own the competition. But over in Texas, there's a scream machine that's ready to take the title. San Antonio, Texas. Forget about the Alamo. The real action here is at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. This 224-acre party zone is home to 49 rides, including 8 bone-rattling roller coasters. And the one that soars above the rest is Superman Krypton. This $42 million floorless coaster has been sweeping riders through the air since 2000.
Superman Krypton offers a unique technology that after you get on the train itself, all of a sudden the floor pulls away and drops down, so you're literally riding with your feet just inches above the track. So when you look down at your feet, there's nothing below it at all except the track flying by.
Superman features 6 inversions, and its 145-foot vertical loop is one of the tallest on the planet. The nearly mile-long Superman Krypton uses block brakes when it's time to bring this coaster to a standstill.
This is what we call a block brake or a block area. As the train is approaching, it has a fin underneath that will actually grab it, bring the train to a stop.
A quick burst of pressure opens the brake and nudges the train forward to the station.
Holy cow, how many times did we ride it?
Air Force fireman John and his wife Angelica are here today to test their nerves on this coaster of steel.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can wait.
What?
That thing's huge.
Now, it's time to see if fireman John can handle the heat.
He's a firefighter, and he doesn't think twice about running into a fire to help somebody, but getting him on a roller coaster, that's more of a challenge.
I get a little nervous because the drops get me pretty good. I'm praying.
Angelica and John strap into their seats.
You ready?
Yes. You buckle yourself in. And then you're just like, all right, it's on.
Superman carries them 16 stories up the towering chain lift hill.
It's just slowly creeping. Click, 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 click.
Each click brings them a step closer to the edge.
It's nerve-wracking.
What? This is so much fun.
They reach the top and take in a stunning view of the Southwest. Then, with a sudden rush, it's time to drop. Six Flags Fiesta, Texas.
Oh my God, we're almost to the top.
Air Force fireman John and his wife Angelica are cresting the top of Superman Krypton's 168-foot drop. The train makes a dive roll and hits the quarry bottom at 70 miles per hour. Superman leaps up a 145-foot tall vertical loop. Angelica and John are rocked with 3.8 Gs during the inversion. Suddenly, this extreme coaster blasts them over the quarry walls, then plunges them into a dizzying helix.
Being flung around like that, it's pretty much like a workout in itself.
Next, Angelica and John experience pure weightlessness as they float through Superman's signature zero-G roll.
The weightless feel, there's no getting used to it for me.
Then, Superman twists them up and inside an intense 78-foot tall Cobra roll.
I love you, Superman!
They hit the block brake run, but it's not over. The coaster banks down right into two head-spinning, interlocking corkscrews. Finally, they hit the last brake run and return to the station.
You're okay. Don't be embarrassed.
When I get off the ride, I'm normally lightheaded from yelling and screaming. That ride was insane.
Yes,
oh my God.
Now, it's time to rate this super coaster.
The drop, I'm just going to do like 97. The inversions are definitely my favorite.
Fans have been voting all day and the results are in. Does Superman have what it takes? Yes! Superman Krypton comes in with a final coaster score of 846, shooting it to the top of the standings.
Krypton is pretty much #1 on our roller coaster list.
Superman takes the lead, but will a final challenger emerge and outpower the Man of Steel? To find out, we head to Mexico City for a supercharged coaster fighting for first. Mexico City, Mexico. Home to the largest theme park in Latin America, Six Flags Mexico.
Bienvenidos a la Ciudad de México.
This 110-acre park is La Casa to 47 rides and attractions. But the one that shakes its riders to the core is Medusa. It's one of the only wooden coasters in Central America, and it features 5 hair-raising drops.
It's pure adrenaline for the lovers of wooden coasters.
Such a great day.
First-time rider Juan and his date Alejandra are here today to face Medusa.
It's a surprise for him, so I think it's gonna be so much fun.
Woo! I am very nervous right now. I don't know what to expect.
Alejandra and Juan board the train. The only thing keeping them safe is a tiny lap bar.
If you threw up, I'm not gonna help you about that, okay?
I'm so nervous. This is my first time here. Here we go.
You're gonna feel so bad at the end.
They creep slowly up the 10-story lift hill.
Up.
I start to make some jokes about you're gonna throw up, because you're gonna pass away. Tell me about your last words.
Don't look down, don't look down. I'm looking down.
Medusa reaches the peak, giving riders a majestic view of Mexico City. But not for long. Six Flags Mexico, home to Medusa. Juan and his date Alejandra are at the top of the Herculean 105-foot lift hill.
I'm nervous!
Suddenly, Medusa plunges down the 10-story drop. Planks of wood zip past them at 55 miles per hour.
I put my hands up and I start shouting.
Alejandra and Juan shoot back up the hill as 3 Gs press them into their seats. Then, Medusa twists them to the right and blasts them down a second nerve-rattling drop.
You feel it so much in your whole body. You feel it even in your toes.
This wild woody doesn't stop. It curves back up and around a banked hill. Medusa cuts through the forest, then blasts under the track and over another bunny hill. Just when they think they are headed for the support beams, Medusa makes a sharp U-turn back onto the track. Alejandra and Juan hit the brake run. This epic 2-minute odyssey is finally over.
You're crying or something.
I
know, I'm crying. The wind is so fast.
Now, it's time for Juan and Alejandra to vote.
I almost feel like I touched the sky. I can't wait to do it again.
Okay, perfect.
That's la calificación.
The whole ride was so scared, full of emotion. It was so good.
And finally, it's time to reveal the winner. Currently in third place is England's The Big One with a coaster score of 718 out of 1,000. In second is Missouri's The Boss with a final score of 814. And at the head of the pack in first is Superman Krypton from Texas with a high-flying coaster score of 846. Will Mexico's Medusa be able to surpass Superman's score? Yes, Medusa comes in with a final coaster score of 865, soaring past Superman and making it the winner of this coaster competition.